Hey YouTube, RAPTall back here with another battle. This is against BillyBotBoy, and we both kind of have new teams that we've been testing out, so I figured, okay, this should be a good match. Neither of us really know how our teams are working out. I start off with my Dragonite, and he starts off with the Clay Doll. I have no idea what it's going to do, but it ends up being a Trick Scarfer. Gives me Choice Scarf, and I go for the Draco Meteor. I miss. It's the first time, which really sucks, but okay, fine, whatever. Go for the second one. It doesn't do enough to be a two-hit KO after the special defense drop, so I'm kind of bummed about that, but what are you going to do? Goes for the Trick Room, so I'm like, okay, Trick Room team. Most of my guys are not necessarily slow, kind of faster, but he has a Staraptor on his team, which is pretty fast. I go for the Ice Beam because the Intimidate drop isn't going to do anything since it's a special move. Goes for the U-turn and only does about a quarter to me, which is more or less what I figured. I figured it would Brave Bird or something like that and it might knock itself out, but I am okay with that too. Goes out to Machamp. Now, I friggin' hate Machamps. Let me reiterate that. I cannot speak today. I hate Machamps. Oh my god. Damn confusion hacks from these things has caused me more problems than I think anything else I can think of. Now he goes for a bulk up, so he probably predicts my switch, which probably what most smart people would have done. But no, I wanted to roar this guy out just to get him out of the way because I don't want him there. I want to deal with him later, not have to deal with him right now. But he goes for the bulk up and kills me on the second hit because confusion is the bane of my existence. Yeah. Go out to my crest thinking I can wall him decently, even with Dynamic Punch bulk up. It only does about a third. I'm like, okay, and that's stab, super strong. Anything else he has, even though it won't be not very effective, probably will do about the same amount. But once again, I freaking get confused. Oh my god. The entire match, I think those are really the only fusion hacks. But then again, there's nothing else that was confused for me the rest of this match. I switch out in frustration because I'm pissed off. And I'm pretty sure he's not going to go for the Dynamic Punch. I go to my Breloom here, goes for the Bullet Punch, only does a little under half. And since I'm faster, I know I can Spore this thing. Even if he Bullet Punches me, which he does, I'm still going to live. Now, this starts a amazing sweep that can only be had by one of my favorite Pokemon, Breloom. I go for the sub after I Spore him. I'm down in the red. I was thinking he might switch, but when he doesn't, I figured maybe he has Sleep Talk in this thing. But he doesn't have Sleep Talk on this thing, and that really, okay, bulk upset probably wouldn't have Sleep Talk unless he would have Rest, and I don't think he has enough moves to have Rest and Sleep Talk. So he just decides to let it stay and die. I am more than okay with that, because that means I can kill this thing, and I can put something else to sleep, and I'm just gaining back health every turn because of the Poison Heal, which is so amazing. It's like double the recovery of leftovers, and it's great. Now, he brings out Magazone, probably assuming I was going to switch. He goes for the Substitute, but why would I waste a perfect sub? There's no reason to do that. Go for the Focus Punch, which would be super effective and probably would have killed it, but because of the sub, it just kills the sub. Now, at this point, I still have a sub, so why wouldn't I go for another Focus Punch? He actually withdraws his Magna Zone, goes back into his Claydol. Of course, it's not super effective. I don't really care because I am faster than this thing, and I have Seed Bomb, which is super effective. Doesn't really matter. Anything would kill it at this range. Along with that, my Breloom is now getting close to full HP. When I brought this thing out, it was almost dead, and now it is practically back to full health, which is friggin' awesome. Goes out to Dusclops, which is going to get Spored again since the Machamp died, and can kind of repeat the cycle over. Now here I thought he'd switch out, leave this thing in as Sleep Fodder. Once again, though, it's nothing. I don't know. I'm not sure if he just had nothing else to switch into or what, but at the same time, the way his team is looking, I can kind of just keep repeating this. Spore and kill, and Spore and kill. Honestly, I was getting kind of bored with that, and after I kill this thing, I decided I'm not going to Spore his next Pokemon, just because, I don't know, it's, kind of cheap and boring on my parts, and, boring for him too. So I'm just gonna kind of attack with this guy until he dies and leave it at that. Brings out a Rhyperior, which is 4 times weak, because he's physically bulky as hell and probably has that ability which lessens super effective damage. He's not going to die. Ends up breaking my sub. I know I'm faster, so I could kill him, but he switches back out to his Magnezone, which isn't going to do a whole. A C-Bomb isn't going to do a whole lot to. Now, the first time this started, he thought I was going to switch, and I didn't. So here, he thinks I'm going to stay in, but I switch. And the reason I switch is I don't have the sub, which is what I had the first time. Switch into a Hidden Power Fire, which is kind of what I expected, and I am pretty happy with that, even if it was kind of a predictable move. I don't really care, because Fire Blast is going to kill his Magnezone, and now he's just going to sweep the rest of this guy's team. And by sweep, I mean watch things die to Stealth Rock, because Staraptor dies to Stealth Rock, and the Rhyperior, which is all that's left, is going to have nothing for HP left. So we can die to a Fire Blast, and that is a good game on my part. Good job, BillyBotBoy. I hope you do well with your new team. Don't forget to comment, rate, sub, and I will talk to y'all later. Adios.